Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome to the very first episode of CONVO with Aysh. And I'm so proud and happy to say that in the very first episode, we have one of the fastest marathon runners of the country. He's a podium finisher in so many marathons, and our intent with this podcast is to instill the mindset of having a fit, healthy, and balanced lifestyle in as many people as possible. He is none other than Mr. Ishan Sharma. His recent achievements include podium finisher at Tata Mumbai Marathon 21 km in 2020, podium finisher at Airtel Delhi Half Marathon 10 km in 2021 and in the previous ones as well, podium finisher at TCS 10 km Bangalore 2022, and podium finisher at Tata Mumbai Marathon and New Delhi Marathon, both 21 kilometers, multiple times, amongst many others. Notably, his personal bests stand at 1 is to 11 hours for a half marathon and 33 minutes 15 seconds for a 10-kilometer race. While Ishan Sharma's running prowess is undoubtedly impressive, he also leads two ventures. The first is Hello Fitness, a platform dedicated to helping learners elevate their fitness levels. And the second venture is Better Gains Realtors. It is a real estate firm he co-heads with his wife Sonali. In this podcast, we have covered a lot of ground, including his story, his struggles, what he went through, how he overcame that, and a lot of value for the aspiring runners, including the fitness regimes, the exercises, the diet, what to do, what not to do, whether follow vegetarian diet or non-vegetarian diet, and so much more. Also delved into very fun topics, also including spirituality, personal growth, self-care, and so many other fun conversations that you will be astounded to have. So without any further ado, let's start the podcast. Take a lot of notes for the aspiring runners, and rest of you lay back and have fun. Let's begin. Hello, Ishan Sharma. Welcome to the podcast. I'm sure that you match the level of my excitement because I'll tell you two things. Firstly, because your name is Ishan, which is one of the names of Shiva, and I'm a great devotee of Shiva. So I do not think that there could have been any other guest better to start off my podcast with. And reason
Wow.
two is I've always been into athletics a lot since my school time. So your niche and you is like a perfect alignment. Welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ayushi, for having me over here. And amazing intro. Amazing intro. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I'm excited and looking forward to it.
Awesome. Because the thing is, athletics is something we all have done at some point in our life, but because of the era that has come up, like we are distractions, then social media, then this, that, we actually lack focus and balance. So my intent with this podcast is that I can give out the value and your learnings to especially the youth, that we need to have a balance in our life, and you are the perfect epitome of work and balance because you are a marathon runner and you're also into real estates. So let's just start with, how did this happen? Like, marathon running is completely different, real estate is completely different territory altogether.
Yeah.
So how did it align? Like, what was your background? Where did you start and how did you end up like with so many medals? I can see the background, it's wow.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. So that's why I started this thing. Like, I did my engineering. I'm an electronics and communication engineer, and after that, I started working with these companies and all. And later, I realized that my health is going on toss. So there was no as such physical activity, no sports were there, and even this corporate world. Once you enter into it, there's a different lifestyle that we enter. Right. So, but in my school days, in my college days, I was pretty much active in these sports. So, I started running randomly because there was no one else who is playing anything. So I started running because you don't need anything. All you need is running shoes and you can go out
That's
and run. And there's the simplest thing that you can add to stay fit. So I started this just to stay fit and to just get going in my to take care of my physical health. That's how it got started. And one day I was traveling in a metro. I saw this ad of Delhi half marathon, which is happening in Delhi. And I was just, dreaming to finish it. It was like big, a kind of checklist. If I
oh,
complete that, I'll accomplish something. So that's how it all started. I, I took part in this half marathon and finished it. I was pretty much comfortable having this fun, and I felt confident that I can do this. I
Okay,
can do
what age
this.
was this?
I was around 26, 25, something like that, when I
That's
finished my
exactly
first.
my age, and I have actually inspired by you. I've recently restarted running. I used to sprint
Nice.
race in my school, and I was like little kind of popular in my houses and all of that, like it's in
Wow.
school. But then I completely lost touch after school. I did play karate after that because I've always been into some or the other kind of sports because that's a necessity to keep your
Yes.
like body and mind active and focused.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that was thing. But running, I don't know when I lost touch with running completely. Used to love running. So now, inspired by you, I've restarted that thing. So thank you
Very
for that.
nice.
And
Very
I'm
nice.
sure
Very
you
nice.
must be inspiring a lot of people out there as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's the bigger purpose that I'm working for. Obviously, I want to inspire people, generations out there, and young generation especially, and those who are not yet born, even those people as well, right? So that's what I am aiming for, and that's how it started. And I took part in a race, and then I want to then I want to take part again in the next upcoming half marathon. I went to Bangalore because of this corporate life and all. I changed my job, switched my job. I went to Bangalore. Bangalore has a good crowd at that point of time. If you compare Delhi, previously I was in Delhi when I took part in this race, and I went to Bangalore because of job. Obviously, I switched. And when I went there, I saw there are runners. There's a running community over there. So there I joined a coach in 2015, and this I didn't expect. This I didn't expect that I could win this as well. So winning came like surprise. And now if I connect the dots, because I can connect the dots now, it's been more than 8 years I'm winning continuously.
Oh, wow.
So I won one major race in Delhi that happened in Delhi, and then my trajectory shifted, because then I can see my career in this. I have something that I've learned. I I was sharing my knowledge with others, and they are getting results in terms of running, that how to get better, how to start your running journey, how to do a first 3K, 5K, whatever. Whatever you feel like, don't go into distance. For example, I tell this to each and everyone: you just start running and you feel the shift in your energy at your work and everything, right? So that's how it started. And in 2018 I formed this community, Hello Fitness. So that's what it is, and that's the background. And apart from that, yeah, I, along with my wife, heading this real estate firm as well. So there are two startups that I'm heading right now, and along with that, I'm running as well. I mean, I myself into running and winning too. So there's
Wow.
the structure. Once you have that clarity, and once you follow the principles, uh, you can do you can follow your hobby, you can follow your passion at the same time without compromising your work and your family life.
That work-life balance is actually very hard to attain. We'll come around back
Yes.
to that. But you
Yes.
started when you were 26, 27. So is there like any particular age when you should begin, or what is the end limit? Like even for adults, like 50 plus, 60 plus, can they also do it or
Yeah, we have people in our community who is in 60s, who is in 70s. I can show you one community member. He is like 60 plus, and he's a marathoner. He started running at the age of 55. If these guys can do it, I mean, I feel
everybody?
accountable. I feel motivated that I can do it, and everybody can do it. So there is a no end point to that, because I have seen recently in Chicago Marathon, a lady, 90-year-old, ran a half
Yes,
marathon. So there was news. I don't remember the exact age, but it was like 85 plus for sure,
yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So if these guys can do it, everybody can do it. So there's a no end point to it. But yeah, you should be training under a coach, under a mentor. You should have a community in order to make it a injury free and pain free thing, and finally to achieve something concrete. So that's what I believe. So there's no end limit, and there's no start limit as well. You can start running since a childhood, like when you are 4, 5, 6. Obviously, you have to choose distance wisely. You shouldn't be running a marathon in when you are 10 years of age. So that age is not a concern, especially if you are into running. You can be in any age and you can take up this sport.
Awesome. So which brings me like a normal thing. Like, okay, I can start anytime, whenever
Yeah.
I want, wherever I want. But what can be the formats? Like, I am not someone who can write 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, like right away. So how do you begin with this? Like, how do you train yourself for that? And what are the patterns, like categories in which we can do a marathon?
Got it. Got it. So nice question. Obviously, this is the question everybody should know, this, that in running, it's not just running. So running is simple but not easy. So this is the irony that
That's
is
a
there.
big one. It's simple, but it's not
Yeah,
easy.
it is not easy. It is not easy at all because it's so simple, right? I was telling that in running, it's not just go out and run daily. If you train like that, all you will get is an injury. That's it. Finally, you have to leave this sport. And I say running is a sport. If you approach it in the right way, you need not to add anything else. No gym, no yoga, nothing. You approach it
Yes.
in the right way, you can add this as a lifestyle. So in running, it's not just, as I've told you, it's not just running. There are different strengthening workouts. There are different flexibility session, mobility session. Apart from that, relaxation and tons of other things are there that you need to add. So there's a proper structure that you have to follow in order to make it a lifestyle, and finally achieve something as a physical equivalent of it. Like in order to cover finally 3 kilometers, take it to a 5 kilometer, then to 10 kilometers. So there's a proper structure that you need to follow.
Okay,
So
so
you
these are like basically the formats of marathon.
Yes, yes, that's overall format. I cannot. I mean, it would be too vast if I go deep right in this podcast. But yeah, there's a format, so everybody needs to understand this in order to get better at running. And this is applicable for each and every sport. Like if you want to play basketball and you want to get better at basketball, it's not just go out and daily play basketball. If you want to get better at batting, it is not just go out and bat daily and one day you will get better. No, there are tons of other things as well. You need to add strengthening. You need to add flexibility, mobility, stretching. There are tons of exercises. Then finally, you have to follow a process where you will be participating in few races, few preparatory races that will make you prepare for the final race. So there's a whole science behind it. So as I've told you, it's simple but not easy.
Yes, true. So suppose if I'm 18 or 20 years old and I just want to start off. So what would be my schedule like? Like what is your schedule and how would you compare it to a beginner? And of course, we have to take care of our diet and what to avoid and what to focus on and how much to exercise and what are the rest period. It's like whole pattern, right? So how do we work around that?
Perfect, perfect. So you can understand it this way, especially those who want to just start running and they are in their 18 or something like that in this age bracket. Don't go for like 6 days to 7 days running, right? You
Correct.
can just stick to 3 days of running, and rest you can focus on like some stretching exercises, okay, and some strengthening exercises. That's it. 3 days of running, 4 days of running are like more than enough for you guys.
Okay, awesome. And 3 days, 4 days, as in what are we talking? How much hours and what should be the diet process? Because
Okay, okay,
what I
okay.
struggle with is when I was doing karate, I was like, okay, I can work out. We used to do it for 2 hours, and I played for national. So at that point of time, we would like practice for 1.5 hours in the morning and same 1.5 hours in the evening. But what I was
Mhm.
missing out was the diet, because of which I was lacking a lot of energy in the actual tournament. So this happens a lot with people that they get too focused with the training and like let's do it, and they forget about the diet and sleep. So these are, I
Yes,
think, a very important components that it should be a
yes,
good mix of everything. So just
yes,
put a little light on this.
yes, yes. Obviously, nutrition is obviously important. In order to show up for the next day, you need that energy. And
Correct.
for that energy, you need a good amount of nutrition and a right sleep as well. To to in a nutshell way, we can put it like this. And this is what I recommend to each and everyone in our community as well, that stick to home cooked food
Yes.
and whatever is available in your region. Don't go for like imported things like imported fruits, imported vegetables or something like that. You just stick to home cooked food and it should be available in your area. So that's what my diet is. My diet is quite simple and it is pretty much repetitive, because to me diet is not where I experiment in other parts, like in my business, in my workouts, in my life. But yeah, these things like nutrition is pretty much simple. I eat same kind of food daily. I am eating since I'm born, so same kind of food I'm repeating again and again. So just be wise, don't be distracted, like add some kind of supplements instantly or some kind of protein shake or something like that, which is like very widespread these days, and we have completely lost it. Even I have to work consciously uh, for my people that hey, avoid all these marketing things that are there in the market, right?
Yes.
So just be wise. You need that real nutrition, and real nutrition comes from whatever you are eating since your childhood. For example, I'm not eating pasta. I am eating roti dal chawal. So I'll get all my energy from roti dal chawal sabji only. So I'll not get energy from pasta. Right. So just
Yes.
stick to that. Be simple. Be
Okay,
wise.
but also like neurologically, your body resists it. You like to eat it,
Yes.
but it's not good for you.
No, not at all. Not at all. If you
Right.
haven't eaten like since your childhood and that's not your food and you are
Hmm.
eating before race that I'll get some extra energy. No, you have done the disaster for the race day. So never ever do that. Just stick to whatever is available in your area and stick to home cooked food. And
Perfect.
that's what it is.
And there's another big, huge debate about whether you should be vegetarian or non-vegetarian, especially for the
So
protein requirements. So I have been
perfect.
vegetarian all my life. My coach actually suggested me that you should eat eggs and this and that. So I'm not even an vegetarian. I stick to
Yeah.
paneer and curd and stuff. So yes, what are the actual alternatives for vegetarians specifically? And is
Okay.
it
So
okay or does it make a difference?
yeah. So let me tell you, each and everyone, those who will be watching this podcast, right? I am one of the fastest in India and I'm not a professional athlete. My best for half marathon is 1 hour and 11 minutes. For 10 kilometers is 33, 15 minutes. And I am a completely vegetarian. No egg, nothing. I am a
Nice.
completely vegetarian. If I can do it along with my work and my family life, I am touching these professional timings. So if I can do it, everybody can do it. But yeah, if you are into non-veg, that's absolutely fine. I'm not against it, but you should not feel like if someone is eating non-veg and someone is eating some special diet, so there is no secret formula. There is no E is equal to MC square thing that you put two values and you are going to get third one. No, nothing is going to happen like that. You have to practice, and this is with each and everything. Even in a business, yeah, you have to work hard. There are no shortcuts, right? So there is no secret diet. For example, you can take such example. Sonu Nigam is a great
Yes,
singer. He's touching that scale is not because of his diet, is because of his riyaz. It is not
correct.
like if I am eating the same kind of food. Suppose if someone is eating my food and someone is wearing shoes that I am wearing, he is going to outrun me in a race. No, not possible. Not possible. You have to follow a proper structure, proper training, and diet is an important part of it. But beyond a point, there is no role. There is no
Right.
role, and whatever is available in your area, you can stick to that. You need not to worry about, hey, someone is eating that, he's fast or he is doing good because of that diet. No. For example, richest in India, richest in the world, Warren Buffett is eating some kind of diet, that's why he is rich. No, no, he is not because of
This is a
diet.
lot amongst youngsters that the celebrity is following this, let me do that. But they don't know that
Yes,
what kind of work they are actually doing. Like if I say
exactly.
about Vidyu Jamal, he suggests the same thing. That you don't need to be a non-vegetarian to be a good martial artist or a sports person. It's about discipline and how well you can maintain your like time and diet, basically.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
what do you feel about discipline? This is a big lesson that especially people my
Yes.
age need to learn, including myself. We lack discipline a lot. So, what do you
Yes.
suggest with
Yes.
this?
Obviously, discipline is important. Like you need to respect time if you want to do something in life. So for that, I mean, let me give you the solution for this. Like people talk about be disciplined, be committed, but what to do about that? It's just that you should be the part of some community. For example, you are into this in enhancing your communication skills. Is just that if I want to enhance my communication skills, I need not to be disciplined. Think of all these jargons, what I call, right? Just join your community or just be the part of certain community. You will be disciplined, and your environment is always stronger than your willpower. As my mentor Siddharth Rajshekhar says, like your
Yes,
environment is always stronger than your willpower.
couldn't
So
agree more.
that's what it is. You just be in the right environment, your habits will become better. You will become better as a person, and you will choose right things automatically, subconsciously, at subconscious level. So there's the shift that you need. Right, once you are in a right community, so you will pick the right things. Once you are in this social media things or following tons of followers, so you will pick the same. And guys, please be mindful of whatever you're following. Do some research. Like boost, if someone is saying boost is the secret of my energy, it's not. If you want to play at that level, if someone is saying Maggie is a wholesome
Real.
meal, it's not. Be wise, guys, right?
Yes. That is like actually a very good point that people fantasize about these things. Like they would follow some person for a point, then they'll switch to other person, then they'll switch to other person, and they are a mess in their mind and in their life. But
Yes.
the thing you said about community is so true, that your environment is so much stronger. We could not, like, even same like you said with the communication skills or pronunciation or accent. Like what I do in my community is first form the habits. I give them a habit tracker first day in first session, that these are the techniques that you have to follow every day, including the strangest secret that we all follow in
Yeah.
uh, SIRS community. Because when you form habits and you're accountable for it, like all the members in your community, in my community, they're accountable for each other, only then they will follow it regularly. Because we have that monkey mind, that
Yeah.
do it tomorrow, let's skip 2 days, what happens, what's the difference? But actually consistency is actually what makes the difference. And
Yes.
I realized this very late in my life. So all the youngsters out there, 16 or 16 plus or 20 plus even, please focus on making habits.
Yes.
Skills are important, of course, but habits are way more important. That makes the real difference, right?
Absolutely. 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 You summed it up beautifully. Like, this is the thing. You have to make that habit, that winning habits and all. Only then you will get results after a period of time.
Okay. Speaking of habits, what are your like key routine habits? Like what do you do first thing in the morning, or how your day goes like?
Perfect. So my day started 4 a.m. in the morning. The first thing that I do is I listen to some spiritual shlokas or something like that, just to shut all the thoughts and connect with some
Wow.
higher force. And the second thing is I listen to the strangest secret in the world. That is those who do not know it, it's a beautiful piece of audio that everyone must listen, right? In order to set your frequency to a higher level where you can attract your goal or whatever you want in life, right?
Yeah.
So any kind of audio, you can listen. And followed by my own workout. I reach to my ground zero and start my workout. Once I'm done with that, I'm back, take my shower, then have my breakfast, and by 10 a.m. I am in my office. So that's how it looks like.
Okay, so trying to like how much of a time you give to the work, and then how do you manage, like it is like question running continuously in my mind. How do you balance so much?
So once you do, like, I do very few things. I do very, very, very few things. So just three things that I do during the day: my running, my fitness work, and my real estate work. That's it. So there are
Okay,
three
that's
things that
your
I'm
10
doing.
week time.
Yes,
Oh,
and coming to your question, like, I really love this because I've loved my running, and I cannot live without it. And I love passing on through my community Hello Fitness, and I love real estate as well. So work is like never ending. So I work till 11:30. So I work like that.
wow. And you wake up at 4 again.
Yes.
Wow.
And apart from that, I would like to tell this to people as well. I am a spiritual guy. I follow some spiritual practices as well. Because of that, what I feel, because of that, I have such energy, and I can focus so much on my work, and I can do all this happily, because you need energy and you should fall in love with the process. Otherwise it's a torture. Like, if you talk about my routine starts at 4 and it is ending at 11, so this is like some kind of torture. So
It's
you
huge.
yeah, exactly. So that's what it is. For example, if I tell you, those who are interested in watching movies, they watch movies back to back,
Hmm.
right? They are not bored over there.
Guilty.
Okay, so you can relate like that. That's how my work is. My work is like a movie for me, and I can watch back to back.
Wow. That was like something ball-born moment for me. My work is like a movie for me. Never had a thought, like a perception like this. So
Yes,
speaking of your movie, I think you co-found your real estate company
yes,
business, whatever it is, with your wife, right?
with my wife.
So
Yes.
how does it work? Like I'm just curious, honestly, about this. Like there's a different professional and then there's a personal space. So how do you like deal with that? How does it work? And how good is
Yeah.
that partnership? And do you recommend this? Like partner, like life partners should be business partners. And can that work or can it not?
Yeah, it can work. Obviously, you need to have like as so I've read this Think and Grow Rich. This is one of my favorite books. So there, Napoleon Hill says that he has one mastermind with his wife as well, and even every successful people has one mastermind. One of the mastermind as his or her wife, or the spouse, right?
Yes.
So it is important because you have to be in right frame of mind in order to work. If something is bothering at your home, you cannot focus on your work, right?
Correct.
And if you have that support system, for example, I'm I don't know how to put it, because I have to connect these dots, right? I feel I'm blessed in terms of my mom, dad, parents that I have, because they supported me to the moon. I don't know why. So I have no reason till now. I have to figure this out. And I mean, my partner as well. It is like I'm just blessed to found her, and she has this experience. Obviously, she's into real estate. She has an experience of more than 20 years. She worked in Dubai, and Dubai at one point of time is at its peak in the world. The real estate was booming in Dubai, and
Right.
from there she came back to India and started her work over here. Then we met and then joined his her
Yeah, just
like
a little more. How did you meet? Like, how did it happen? If I'm not wrong, it's a love marriage.
yeah,
So,
it's a
how
love
did it
marriage.
begin? How did it work out? Because obviously, what you said, what I would conclude and take away from this is if the dynamics between the partners, both ways, is right, then you can manage
Yes,
anything, whether it's
yes,
personal,
and plus
professional, or
y-
anything.
yeah, and plus we are not contradictory. For example, a few things of the business I don't know anything about it. She
That's
knows everything about it, so she's taking care of that part, and few things that she's not good at, so I'm taking care of that part. So it shouldn't be overlapping. In that way you can make it a perfect mastermind. Obviously you have to be careful, because it's your spouse finally, right?
yeah.
So you should not overlap your personal life with your professional life. So you have to be a little careful, but with practice and all you can achieve it for sure.
This is
So for
actually a
example,
great trick. I should note this down that you should have your own personalized like spaces. Like this is my
yes,
department, this is yours. We don't
yes.
interrupt, we just help and support.
Exactly, exactly. That's
That's
what it is. That's what it is. And if you ever you get a chance to meet my wife, you will get to know this, that we are totally apart, and that's why we are attracted to each other.
oh
So
wow.
that's what it is. Yeah,
That's again an awakening for me because I usually think that you should have like-minded things, but if
yeah,
opposites work, so this is I would have to figure out through my life experiences, I guess. But what was your
absolutely.
like? Let's come back to how did you meet?
Yeah, so we met through running only, right? So we both love sports, and I was at like already into these podiums and all. She joined, she started her running, right? And within no time, like in coming, she's into sports. She's been into gymming and all. She has very active lifestyle again. So this thing is common. So this is the common thing, right? So even she took part in the first race, and even she didn't expect this. She won that race. So even my wife is one of the fastest in India for a race
Oh my
category.
God, this is a like definition of power couple right there. Amazing.
Uh, yeah, you can call it that way as well.
Yeah, that is actually what speeds up the process of progress.
Yeah,
If you have
you need.
like-minded people, and if you
Hmm.
have them as spouse, nothing can be better than that.
Yes, absolutely. So we are at almost same energy level. Some you have to be at same energy level, because she's really full of energy and I'm full of energy. But yeah, our area of work is different. So we are putting that energy in a different area to grow something common. So you that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's beautiful. I'm like blown away by this. So let's dive a little deeper because I want to know like your exact journey. How do you deal with this thing that are not easy to deal with? So what was actually the turning point in your life? Like an experience, a place when you were like really in dark times and you were like given up. So what stopped you
Yes.
from giving up and what was the turning point and how did you pick it up again?
Yeah, so that's what spirituality came in. Yeah,
Oh,
like just to go, I mean, like I'm born and brought up in Haridwar. So it's a
oh,
small place, but it's a spiritual city, right? So we have a lot of mandir, we have like
yes,
puja. So I am the only one now. Now I know. Now I've realized that I am the only one who used to do puja in college days. Okay, so there was no one in the college days back in college, and there are no checks in college. You are on your own, and you join this engineering
mm,
college. You're in a hostel. You're like in your head. You are like leading a life of a king, something like that,
I can
right?
relate.
Right. So, but still, I used to do this puja and all, and because of this spirituality, there were dark times, but I was pretty much composed and calm. So I've tried each and everything. For example, from 2013 to 20 uh, even 2012, from 2012 to 2016, 17, 18, these are like, I don't know what I have to do, right? The picture was not very clear, so I was trying each and everything. Even, I tried for Mr. India 2015 as well, and I got
Oh,
selected over there. Right, so these are
wow.
like, out of nowhere I tried all these, and I was just trying each and everything, which line is for me, what work should I pick. And but yeah, finally I was doing some kind of physical activity, because because of this sports background and all. I used to play sports in college, I used to play sports in school. I cannot sleep when I'm not tired. So something like that, right?
That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Yeah. So I need to be doing tons of activities, different activities in order to sleep. Okay.
That's a good
So
addiction to have.
yeah, yeah, you can call it that way as well, right? So that's where running came in, and finally things start to shape up. And because of this ritual, I don't know the exact answer right now, so there is some backing, obviously. Obviously, because you are in younger days. And I have shifted. I came from an engineering background. I was having full set job, and to leave this full set job and career, and to start something which is like running. And running is not that popular in India, right?
Still, it should
So
be, but it still isn't
yeah, it is.
as much as it should.
Yes, yes, obviously. And finally take this running as a career. It is not, at that point of time, it was like a suicidal thing. So my friends were worried about me, that I don't know, they were worried, like, why he's doing all this, right? And so yeah, because of this, some spiritual support, you can call it, because I was doing this puja and everything even during those days as well. you know Running and doing this work, or doing some kind of yoga as well.
Okay.
So
So
that's what it
basically,
is. And
running and
still,
spirituality was your turning point.
yes, you can call it.
Okay. What was like the darkest hour of your life that you would say, like a particular feeling that you remember that I can't do anything right now, because we all go through it. I have been through it, like you said, leaving a job and starting something completely different and anew. Yes, been there, done that. So what was your like lowest, and how did you like come back up from it? How do you deal with it?
Perfect. This is like amazing question. So people go through that. So let me tell you that I never stopped in life. I never stopped, as in, even when I am not working, doing these jobs and all. I quit each and everything, and I was very limited resource of money, as
Yeah.
but still I was running, I was cycling, and I was cycling whole day. I was cycling whole day. For example, I was cycling like 100 kilometer, 200 kilometers, something
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
So I never, even during that period, I cannot sit, because when you sit, everything comes in your mind. And during this time, everything bad will come into your mind. So uh, I mean, this, everybody should learn from this. I mean, you can take this. This is like a beautiful thing, uh, to learn. Like, when you stop, or have you seen that water that is stopped, so it will start to stink after a period of time. So
Correct. You have to.
if you are flowing, so something will come for sure. Something will come for sure. During this time, I never used to sit too long at my place, or too long at one place. I was traveling from here to there. I was figuring out, because nothing was working. So what to do? I have to sleep. So let's see different cities. For example, I have covered almost all India.
Right.
Okay, and I was cycling like these crazy distances and all. And once I got injured. I was running, and there was some pain. I was not following a proper structure and all. I got injured. Now I couldn't run. This is like, I'm not in a job. I was doing only one thing in a day. That's running. That's what the
That's
beautiful
so
thing.
cool.
And I stopped because of this injury. So I take up this cycling. I took up this cycling thing. Right. So I could cycle. So I never stopped. Whenever I stopped, I took up something else, which made me moving into the flow state. And that's why I never have this anxious attack or something like that. And this is like what I feel. I mean, I don't want to blame anyone. Like, these are like jargons that people are learning. For example, I have listened to this I have these love handles. So I was like, oh wow, it's a good thing to have. He's grumpy. So I used to feel, oh, so cute. So these words, for example, love handle, if you do not know, that's side fat. I
Yeah,
do not
yeah.
know about this, right? So these are the terms that over the period of time, uh, people developing and labeling. You are
Hmm.
giving, if you are giving energy to something negative, that will grow. For example, if you have failed your exam, you will feel bad. Why don't you label? Why do you label children? For example, they are into some kind of depression and all.
So true.
They will feel bad for sure. But because if they have, for example, in my case, I'm telling you, I'm blessed because I have such parents. I'm blessed because I have a wife and I have friends. So they always supported me. For example, we have this code of conduct in the college. We are partying once the exam results are out, irrespective of if you failed the
Oh,
exam or you passed the exam, you have to party.
this is ZNMD part two. This is the pack we should have. No matter
Obviously.
the result, you should have fun and party.
Exactly. Now, if you are whether you scored 60%, whether you scored 90%, so that's over. You cannot do anything
Hmm.
about it. If you want to make it better in the next semester, so you should focus on the next thing. And for focusing on the next thing, you should be in the right energy, right mindset. So
Correct.
that's what it is. So you should be having such an environment where people just should
Wow.
support. You should not look down upon because you have failed something or something like that. And now we know this education system is, you know, I'm not using anything whatever I've read in my college days, and I'm creating
That's
so
so true.
much in terms of financial, in terms of other things, in terms of impact as well.
Yes, that is
So
actually so true. Like all the things you said, actually, it's all running in my mind now. That starting with the energy thing, that what you resist persist. So if
yes,
you are giving any kind of energy to even like your children or students, even that this is not how should be done, you're like labeling them with words specifically.
yes,
Vocabulary is very strong, and we
yes,
don't realize this that how it would affect them. So if we are saying like even teachers do this, I've seen this around a lot that stop using that stupid thing, don't be stupid, don't be like this, you're dumb, like literally people say this, and they don't know what they are affecting the person with. This could last a lifetime and they won't even know how it comes out. Like they will refuse taking responsibility and it comes out in very weird ways. So we should really be cautious about the vocabulary, especially about the other person and ourselves too. Like especially
yes,
with girls, I would say with the relation that about the looks, about like girls who are beautiful are stupid. Who said this? But
yeah,
they actually start thinking that when people are saying that consistent, like जो चीज हम बार बार बोलते हैं वो सच लगने लगता है. So it is actually true. So we should like really enhance our vocabulary and positive self-talk also. So that
yeah,
was one thing like really amazing. And then again, the environment. It's really a blessing if you have good environment and good
yeah,
people around you. Like you're the sum total of five people that surrounds you. So
yes,
pick
absolutely,
very cautiously. That's a real good
absolutely.
decision.
Absolutely, and you can pick your environment as well. For example, I'm blessed in a way. I get all the support from my mom, from my dad, but they are not into. I don't come from a business background, right? So in order to learn those skills, my wife helped a lot because she's coming from the business background. Plus, I am in certain community where I develop my business skills, like how to run a business, how to make it a profitable thing, and at the same time how to make it impactful as well and meaningful as well. So you can choose your environment. If you do not have it at your home, so you can choose your environment where you want to be.
Awesome. So biggest takeaway, choose your environment cautiously, take it easy and just keep doing it. When you're hitting rock bottom, just keep doing things that
Just
will
be in
get you
this,
out.
yeah, just be in the state of flow. Things will show up for sure. Things will come for sure. It will take some time, it might take some time. For example, in my case, it took me, I did almost from 2012 to 2018, I started this thing. So I was making no money at that point of time,
Wow.
right? But I was still
That
happy. I
yes.
was still happy,
Wow.
because I was continuously moving
Hmm.
and I was in a state of flow. I was doing thing what I liked at that point of time. I was not sitting at in my sofa and on my sofa and cribbing, hey, why this happened. So you need that
Yes.
attitude.
Yeah.
That says actually a lot, because there are many millionaires who are not happy, and we always like crib, like when I'll have money, when I'll have like this house or this lifestyle, then I'll be happy. Even like guilty, I have done this. But
Yes.
now after entering into hope no spirituality, learning things, it actually is like you have to be happy first, then you will
Yes.
attract the things that you actually want in your life.
Obviously, it's a
That's
state of
the
mind.
key thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I'm going to take a U-turn and tell me, what is your biggest fear right now?
Fear right now.
Like, yeah, like in life in general, what is your biggest fear? What are you most afraid of after conquering so much?
So I have like uh, I have fear, but I don't stop. Like these doing these podcasts and all, it is like very fearful. It is very, I get very nervous
Putting
coming to these mics, doing these podcasts, doing these webinars. These are like completely new for me, and I'm learning this. Right. So this was like, but still I tried. Still I tried, and I'm slowly I'm getting better at it. And finally, I'm doing the sales webinar as well and selling in those webinars to that cold audience. So they're like fearful things. I'm not very comfortable like being on stage and having that limelight. But I don't stop. If something that is I'll say yes to this. If it is aligned with my goals and it is fearful, but I still do it. I don't stop because of fear.
right.
But I
I,
have fear of things.
I relate with that also a little too much, way too much, because even this, I'm good with communication. It is my like skill and all of that, but I'm very, I should not say this. I used to be very bad with expressing emotions. So even I was fearful of the podcasting, because you have to come up with a lot of emotions, and I don't
Yes.
usually do that. But of course,
Mm.
it will help me get better with this. So just like a next step. So like you said, just do not stop. Take the first step. Rest you will figure out along the way. So
Lest
yeah,
you will figure out, and things will come. For example, attitude will help for sure. I still remember there was 1 year I didn't make any sale on this webinar. No sale, but I was doing it continuously. I was like, just open my laptop, just schedule a webinar. I know nobody will come up, nobody will buy, but still I'll do it.
been there.
Right. So you have to be that attitude कि मेरे को तो करना है. आप आओ, नहीं खरीदा तो भी आप खुश हो, खरीद लिया तो भी आप खुश हो. So
Yeah.
like that. And finally now I am, finally I'm selling in this. So that's how you perfect things. Because now I am following a sales pitch. Now I am following a perfect format of a webinar,
Right.
and it will take some time.
Yeah,
You
like a
cannot
mentor
master
says,
something.
fail fast, fail better. So
Yes,
unless you do it, you will not know what you're doing wrong.
exactly, exactly. So that's what it. Keep practicing. Don't come up with के मैं आऊंगा और चीजें होनी शुरू होंगी. No, you are not something, or you're not God, right? Even God is coming to this planet, so he has to go through the process. You have we know this Rama came to earth, and Lord Krishna came to earth. So even they have to live like a human, and finally they have to go. They have to follow the same ritual, same process. So same applies to us as well. You have to follow a process wherever you want to get better. So there's a process. Just keep following it. Fall in love with the process more than results. Like my defeat, these all medals, they're like temporary things. So I do not brood too much about my failure, about my wins. Once they are over, they are gone. I'm focusing on the next thing.
Brilliant. That's a tremendous advice. Like just focus on the experience, the learnings, and the process. And you'll always be happy, more or less,
Yes, you'll
regardless
always
of what
just
the odds are. Amazing,
absolutely.
truly. I'm loving this. I did not see this coming, that it would go this deeper, and like these kind of conversations can come out. Now I know what actually podcasting is all about and what was the first. So, okay, now we are going to take it one step and one level higher. I'm going to give you a rapid fire. You have to ask even faster, although you're already pretty fast, I would say. So, I have cue card with me, and this segment I'm calling it Keep It Swift. So, you have
Wow.
to be fast, you have to be swift, and first thing that pops in your head. Okay? All right.
Game on.
Let's start with yes, game on. All right. So let's begin. I will start off with some easy this and that, and then some other things. All right. So introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
Okay. Night owl or early bird? Well, I got an
Early
answer.
bird. Yeah.
Yes. First thing you do in the morning.
Prayers.
Okay. Worst and best advice given to you.
Worst advice in terms of business: if you don't drink, you cannot do the business. Business happens over drinks, and you socialize well. Just a
Okay.
BS. BS means bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. And the good one?
Good one is just hang on, Ishan. You're going to make it.
Okay. Top favorite destination, top three favorite destinations that you have visited or would like to visit. It could be national or international.
I like India, for example. I love places that I've been. I love Dehradun. I did my college from there. I love my home city, Haridwar. Third thing is I like beaches and all. I like Goa.
Okay. Three habits that changed your life.
Wow. Three habits that changed my life. Clarity, starting things and taking it to the finish line.
That's a good one.
And third is my focus.
Wow. Okay, amazing. Three personalities that impacted you the most.
Mahatma Gandhi,
Okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo, and Virat Kohli.
Okay, wow. Who is your spirit animal? Like, which animal do you resonate with the most?
I like horse.
Okay. All right. Best compliment you have ever received.
Oh, compliments. Actually, I don't focus on the compliments. Mm, you have a good focus.
Okay. Yeah, that actually is a great compliment because if someone says that to me, I'm accomplished in life. Focus
Mm,
is something like a luxury right now.
yeah,
All
it's the
right.
most
Last
important aspect.
person you searched on Instagram.
Person I searched on, I keep on the last person I searched while I was driving back from my workout. My wife told me to search about Hrithik Roshan. He built some amazing fitness. So
Okay. If a book was written on your life story, what would it be called?
topic of that book,
Yes, title.
Unveiling Ishan.
Oh, nice. Okay. One movie or series that you really liked, recently or old.
I don't watch TV.
Okay, I saw that coming. I need that.
Yeah.
Okay. Prioritize this, like rank it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Health, relationships, career, money, and spirituality. What is number one, number two, three, four, five?
So first is health, second is relationship, third is spirituality, and what are others?
Money and career.
Career and money will follow for sure.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. It could have been faster, but the answers were very precise and strong. Amazing. So we are
Uh,
almost to the end of the podcast, and I'm so grateful and thankful that you agreed to do this. I did not
likewise.
think it would be so amazing. I learned a lot of things personally. And before leaving, just a few ending points from you. Where do you see yourself in the coming 5 years or 10 years? Like, what would you be doing?
Doing the same things, like I myself will be into running. I have scope to improve, and through my Hello Fitness, I'll be impacting more and more lives, helping more and more people to achieve their running goals, making them fit for the lifetime. And finally, into the real estate, I'll help individual and corporate houses to build their real estate portfolio. So that's what I'll be doing in next 5 years.
Okay, awesome. And before leaving, last question of the day. What is your one message to the youth of India, to the youth of this country?
Yeah, guys, just focus on the right things. Do the research. Don't just buy things, or don't be sold to the random things. Do the research behind that, and focus on your health. Health is always important, guys. If you want to work, even if you want to work, take it to a next level, you need to be in best of your shape. So please take care of your health.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for this podcast. And everyone, please check out Hello Fitness on YouTube, Instagram, and all other social platforms, and the Elite Alliance and Ayushi Jain. If you liked the podcast and you found it valuable, also type in the comments what are your key learnings, because the pointers that you have given is humongous. They're amazing, and I learned like huge amount of tremendous knowledge in just, I think, an hour or less. So thank you so much for doing this. And
Thank
I
you.
think I'll see you soon again very soon.
For sure, for sure.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Ayushi, for
much.
having me over here.
Hello again, amigos. Thank you for listening to the podcast till the end, and I hope you found immense value and had a lot of fun. Please comment down your key learnings and takeaways from the podcast. कौन से areas आपको पसंद आए, कौन से topics आपको पसंद आए, क्या आपके key learnings थे, and what all are the topics that you want to learn and listen to more about. And if you are an aspiring runner or you want to start running in a proper manner, why not learn from the best? Go to the description and check out the website and link to the masterclass of Ishan sir and just enroll. What are you waiting for? And also follow him on Instagram for getting the inspiration and motivation to actually do it and have a balanced, fit, and luxurious lifestyle. This was all for this podcast. I'll see you again the next week with another guest, another topic, a lot of value, and very fun and interesting convos. Until then, keep learning, be compassionate, fight your fears, and never give up. Love, love, nos vemos.